All right, this next section I am going to show how to break down the home fill unit for our snowbirds or people that are going to be traveling with this unit, and that is that's kind of why we like to set this up, is because you actually have a self-fill or a gas station at your home, and once you go south, we don't have to worry about you going to different companies and finding places to find oxygen, and so you're not running out. So you can actually truly fill your self-fill in the motel room, fill both your portable tanks at night. So to break it down, and that's what I'm going to do, is I'm going to actually break it down and set it on here so we know what parts you need. So you're going to take your tank off, put the dust cover back on then. Dust cover's back on. So you're going to end up with a tank. Your portable tank in your bag, you're going to also have that. The thing I want to, and then disconnect your oxygen hose from the front. And then on the back of this machine is actually the oxygen tubing from the back of your oxygen source or your concentrator to your compressor, and maybe we can see it on this one a little bit better, but it's a quick release, and what you're going to end up doing is pushing on a little silver tab, and it's spring loaded, and then put the dust cover in, and it will disconnect from here. And also there's another one on the bottom, and we may have to maybe get a close-up later and show you, but you'll have your coiled hose. And it's actually a good idea if you want to call Mercy Home Care to send you home with a couple of those, because they do have a tendency to wear out and break. Then your power cord on the back is you simply pull that off, and you pull your power cord out of the wall. And so these are the things that you don't want to leave home without, is your power cord and your coiled up hose, because it basically renders your compressor worthless. So then what you do is you simply pull this off the top, and this is 32 pounds, so you're going to have to be able to maneuver 32 pounds. The reason I'm putting it on a cart is lots of times in a motel, go in, ask for that cart, grab it, throw your luggage on it, and so you're not hiking this back and forth. The rack itself that's on the tank, on the concentrator, can actually come off, but in most cases, what I do is I just leave it strapped on. It doesn't hurt anything, doesn't harm anything to leave it on. But to put it on, there's actually two little guide pins that actually fits into those holes, and it just simply comes across the top, and just kind of with pressure, it knuckles down on the top. So last but not least, then you want to just unplug from the oxygen source and roll it up. However, when you're putting it in the car, I better do a better job at that, but when you put it in the car, then what you want to do is make sure this is actually sitting up. So if you're putting it in the trunk, make sure it's sitting up so it's not going to roll over. And this actually has to be sitting up also. You can get by with actually laying it down, and if you're going to lay it down, you want to lay it on its back, but I would, my experience is I've always actually sat it up, and it works a whole lot better. The other thing too is that you can roll this into the motel room. You don't have to do a cart, and then you don't have to be lifting it and carrying it. So the bottom section, this again weighs 32 pounds. This actually weighs 35 pounds. So you definitely want to break it down, because otherwise, if you don't, you can actually hurt your back, or it gets very heavy when it's all in the single unit. So so then to put it back together, if you're in the motel room, then all you have to do is plug this in. The handles here are actually made. The handles are actually made so they fit right on. There's a handle here that you can certainly carry it with, but there's two side handles that they're actually made to where you can set it onto that rack. While I have it this close, maybe we can get a close-up of, this is the little connector, and it looks like that, and it's just spring loaded, so when you release it, you squeeze that together and it just springs and pops loose. So you're just going to put it in there and it snaps in. It doesn't make a difference whether it's on the high side or the low side. They're both the same and they're both interchangeable. So then you just simply lift this back up, set it on your stand. Does that look level? And then on the bottom back, again down here by the green tab, you just, and it has to click, so it snaps in there. And then the power cord, and there's only one way that you can put that in. It's kind of a oblong. It just goes into there, and again you plug it in, and you should be set. Oxygen gets turned on here. Put your tank on and off, and we got power to both units, and that's it. Safe travels.